is up, Gunpla modelers? This is Strider Prime bringing you a new edition of Gundam Customs, and today I am going to build this guy. The 144 scale, high grade, after colony, OZ06 MS Leo. Oz mass-produced mobile suit from the Gundam Wing animated series. For many, many years I have been stressing the possibility of a new Leo kit. Hopefully maybe in Master Grade. I've been saying this for many years. Hell, I even jokingly said perfect grade. But Leo was something that I've always remembered from, of course, Wing Gundam. It was, of course, the... to me, it was my personal favorite, second only to the Zaku 2 as a cannon fodder mobile suit. Its overall design, its uniqueness, pretty much sold it to me when I remember first seeing it back in the 90s. As a matter of fact, I even go back remembering the days when I was working in New York, and during the era of VHS, while I was going to New York, I was going through 42nd Street, and they were selling a lot of there were a lot of VHS stores, and of course they were selling a lot of bootleg movies, like you know, martial art movies and anime movies. And an anime series like Wing Gundam was making its way to bootleg, and I got my hands on those. And I remember fondly of the Leo. Couldn't continue purchasing, you know, tapes like that, but when Cartoon Network began broadcasting it, it really stirred up a lot to me, like how I remember that kit. I wasn't buying a lot of Gundam model kits at that time frame in the 90s, maybe a few here and there. But I do remember that even though they were making all the wing kits, and you know, the Talgies, the Mercurius, the V8, and of course when what do you call that series? Endless Waltz came out, the Serpent. They weren't making any Leo kits. The only Leo kit they made was this weird 144 scale no grade version. It wasn't, well, back then there was no high grades, so it was just considered 144 scale. But they made like a limit, like a basic version of the Leo. And I've seen it so many times back in the day that I kind of kicked myself in the ass, saying to myself, why didn't I buy it? Granted, at that time I was in a different mindset, but now when you go back and look back and say, oh damn, I wish I got it, and wish I got it, and obviously when you go on eBay you say, oh my god, they're charging that much for that? Bandai's not reproducing those old classic Leo kits anymore. But with the announcement of this kit, that totally changed the game, and I was all for it. We may not get a 1/100 scale, whether it's in RE or Master Grade, but this will do. This will do. Now, I said it before in my previous video, and I'll say it again. I love this box art. I really do. An infantry of Leos. Infantry. You know somebody out there is already ponying up maybe up to $200 worth of Leos and doing this idea. I, for one, am not doing that. I'm lucky enough that I said to myself, alright, I'm getting that, and of course, 1, 2 more. So I got 3 Leos here. And that's the whole purpose of me buying these 3, because I'm not just going to build one. I'm going to build all 3 of these guys. I'm going to give them a little bit of, you know, a paint job here and there. Now, let's do a little predictions here, because we all know for a fact that this is just the beginning of the Leo kits. I know we do know that there's a Leo space type, and we all know that's going to be coming out as a P Bandai. It's bound to happen, unless Bandai decides to throw us a bone and say, hey, guess what, we're doing a space type. There's extra weaponry that was introduced in the Leo, like the Dober gun that's now on the Talgies, and the bazooka, the special type of bazooka, and then there's that flight pack that was only used once in one episode. And I think there was a underarm type beam cannon that was taken by Shenlong. But for me, I'm just going to do a company of 3 mobile suits. Paint it, give it a good paint job, which we will discuss. And to make it more unique, because we were talking about, you know, it's different types of weaponry and stuff like that, I have decided to use weaponry that I've already got from Hobby in Japan. So he will be like the standard mobile suit, but he will be using this bazooka type weaponry that was from the High Grade Custom Campaign 2018. So he'll get the A, while he will get the beam Gatling gun for, you know, like a heavy support, anti-tank, and then normal trooper. I am not doing any more plot plating buildings now, because I kind of wasted a lot of time on that. I'll just deal with what I got, and then we'll work from there. Now I have decals, which I will definitely use on these 3, so that will be perfect for that. But that is my intention. So let's open up one of the boxes, or actually let's review the box first. Let's see how it is. Now, one thing, of course, is this box is very thin. It's like about 1 inch and a half, 1 inch and a quarter. And this comes with the beam, the 105 millimeter rifle, the shield, and 2 beam sabers. It's all in English, of course. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is all like a weird sectional coded type thing, so that way you don't get lost. Fair enough. This kit retails at 1,000 yen. I paid, maybe with the shipping and all that, like maybe $13 or $14 or something like that, you know, because I'm adding it on. But this is a cheap kit. It's like 10 bucks, less than $10. So if you get 10 of these, you know, that's cool. Not bad. So let's look at this. Okay, I see the head area, I see the chest, leg, of course, feet, or no, the armor, the feet, the shield, and then of course the beam sabers. This is all the green parts here. Alright. And then on this plate we have ball caps. Oh, interesting, ball caps. Normally you would see, you know, a combination of different types of you know, PVC type caps, but this one's all ball. Interesting. So I guess section of the chest and waist armor, I guess, is the yellow part for the visor. I see the assembly for the gun. Some red parts here. The gun is 2-tone color. Interesting. That's interesting. Alright. Fair enough. Then we have other color here. Oh, these are brown. Oh, brown. Didn't think about that. Nice. A brownish color tone. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. Let's look at the manual. See how it describes the whole thing. Tilt this a bit. So where's part 1? Where does part 1 begin? Interesting. So if I'm seeing this properly, I guess that's the beginning? The assembly, oh really? So that's a new one. A high grade beginning from the feet up. So we have the assembly of the feet, the legs, going all the way up to, you know, so both left and right. Then we have the assembly of the waist unit, followed by the chest, the shoulders, the arms, and then the head, then the full assembly, then the weaponry, where to, how to hook it up, the shield, and then holding on the beam sabers. And then here's the Leo in action. You could use the custom base stand. Is that the base stand from the gear diver gear? Looks like it. And then the color guide, you have two different types of. Okay, so you have the body green part, which is like a lime green with a combination of yellow and green. Then we have the red, which is a darker red tone. Body is a brown part, so but it's more like a brownish green color. And then we have body gray, and then weaponry gray again, but more darker. And then going back to this next page, that's the one thing maybe I didn't notice. Okay, so here the parts guide, and you're using all the parts. There's nothing extra. There's nothing left over. Surprisingly, of course, this does not come with extra hands. Whether like an open hand or something. So you have like a fist hand, and then, well, actually both of them are like gripper hands like that. Okay. And then you have this, the manual shows it as in color-coded areas. So the yellow parts are for the legs, the pink parts, or no, sorry, the violet parts is for the arms, the purple is going to be the waist, the blue is the chest, and the green is the head. Right. Oh, wow. This will be an enjoyable build. Very, very enjoyable. But now, let's talk about painting.